Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to News Across Nigeria on Channels Television. I'm Joke Rogers. Coming up on the program today, the president charges Nigerian governors to help improve the nation's economy. Displaced persons in Agatu, Benue State get relief materials from SEMA. And organized labor set for a showdown with the Kaduna State government. We start off in northwest Nigeria. The Judicial Commission of Inquiry into the December 12, 2015 violent clash between soldiers and members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria in Zaria, Kaduna State has again adjourned proceedings till Wednesday, the 23rd of March 2016 for a commencement of hearing from the army and other parties who have submitted their memoranda. Chairman of the Commission, Justice Muhammad Garba, says that the adjournment was as a result of an oral plea by counsel to the movement for a short time to enable them have access to the leader of the movement, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, today at the DSS facility in Abuja in order to get a brief from him. Justice Garba said 5 of the 6 weeks deadline given to the Commission have already been wasted and no other adjournment will be entertained. He announced that the army will appear on Wednesday to give its own account of the incident. He also explained that other groups and individuals that submitted their memoranda will also appear before the Commission to give their own testimonies. Both counsel to the Commission, Yunus Ustaz, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and that of the army, Anthony Adeniyi, did not oppose the adjournment. Counsel to the Islamic movement were absent. They were also set to be in Abuja, where they're expected to meet with Sheikh El-Zakzaki at the DSS office. And to other matters now, the Nigerian Air Force has recorded over 300% increase in the number of serviceable aircraft to address the current national security threats in Nigeria. This is coming from the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, during the commissioning of the staff accommodation facility at the Air Force Base in Kano State. Air Marshal Abubakar says the government is determined to reposition the Nigerian Air Force into a highly professional service through capacity building.
My vision is to reposition the Nigerian Air Force into a highly professional service, professional and disciplined, through capacity building initiatives so that we can employ air power timely, efficiently and effectively in order to address the national security challenges we are facing. We are activating our airplanes. Since the present administration came in, we have recorded in some platform over 300% increase in number of serviceable airplanes from May that this administration came in. But now we are adding value to whatever is on ground, and we are going to continue. In some places we are renovating, in other places we are building, so that the welfare of our personnel is taken care of.
In the meantime, a former Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Kumasi, has identified corruption as the major cause of all uprising in the country. Mr. Kumasi, who was speaking at the 10th convocation of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Anambra State, said there's a need for collective effort and sincerity on the part of the government to address the issues.
They want us to spend some time with not manifestation. At various times in our nation's history, been a recurring theme is the vexatious issue of marginalization. Each and every one of our diverse ethnic nationalities has at one time or the other complained bitterly that it was being marginalized. My point here is not to attempt to verify or refute this individual claims, but to posit decisively, more than 90% of all Nigerians have indeed been marginalized. The monster that has been marginalizing Nigerians is corruption, accompanied by the evils of bad governance, indiscipline, and lawlessness. It is this evil that has given rise to the agitation for a separate state of Biafra, the militancy in the oil-rich Niger Delta, the Boko Haram insurgency, and a host of many acts that have compounded the already miserable living conditions of most Nigerians.
And to matters of welfare of victims of some of those uprisings, the Benue State Emergency Management Agency has distributed relief materials to internally displaced persons in Agatu and Tarka local government areas of the state. But some of the displaced persons are still complaining of inadequate food supply and shelter to keep them going. The Executive Secretary of SEMA, Mr. Boniface Otese, says the needs assessment exercise has been completed and relief materials will be distributed to the various IDPs.
Hundreds of internally displaced persons from the riverine communities in Agatu, Benue State. These ones have found refuge at this public building in the Bodata area of Makadi, the state capital, and life has not been easy for them. They've been having a food crisis in the camp.
They burn all our houses. We do not have any houses. We do not have food to eat.
But now succor has come their way. The State Emergency Management Agency has brought supplies including food and bedding. The Executive Secretary of SEMA says more camps have been created besides the Agatu IDP camp.
There were some certain local governments that also had a similar problem. But because I stayed in Agatu for almost 21 days, I had to rush to Taka, Puruku, and Logo. When I went to Taka, I established a camp there. I went to Puruku, I established 3 camps. Then yesterday, I also established 2 camps in Logo, local government. This shows that the first assessment of all the camps in Benue State are now over. Today, I have decided to come back here.
A needs assessment exercise has also been done to ensure that the relief materials donated by donor agencies and individuals are evenly distributed across all the camps in the 9 affected council areas.
When we come back on news across Nigeria, Borno State prepares for the rains with the construction of roads and drainages across the state. That's in a moment. Please stay with us.